Ouch.
Oh my, are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm fine.
Hello, class. Ouch. What is wrong?
Something got into Arnold's eye.
I got an idea. For today's class, we're going to travel into an eye. Let's hop onto the bus. Seatbelts, everyone.
Please let this be a normal field trip with a friend. No way! Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see it. What's in the neighborhood? Surfing on the sound wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at human testing. Take your second.
Our bus will be the light that enters and travels through the structures of human eye. Be sure to follow along the structures since I'm going to quiz you guys later on. Oh, hey, do you guys all see that? That's cornea. Does anybody know what it does?
Ooh, I know. Cornea focuses the entry of the light. It is like a transparent window that gathers two-thirds of the light into certain intensity.
Well done. Next is pupil.
I know that one. It's the very center of the eye right after aqueous humor.
You're right. Then let's travel to iris.
Ooh, I know this. Iris forms the colored portion around the pupil and it controls the size of it as the light enters, right?
Good. Behind the pupil and the iris, the lens is located. It focuses the light rays onto the retina by changing its shape.
And the process where lens change their curvature is called accommodation.
Now that we know basic parts of our eyes, we will find out how our eyes collaborate with our brain to create images. What is this part of the eye called?
Cornea.
What does it do?
It focuses the entry of the light.
That is right. After light has been reflected off objects that are being looked at, it enters the cornea. Does anyone know what is after the cornea?
Well, it seems like it is watery.
I know. It is called the aqueous humor. It flows around the front part of the eye, maintaining constant pressure.
Great job, Ralph. After the aqueous humor, there is the pupil. What surrounds the pupil?
Iris.
Wow, you guys have been paying close attention. After the light has gone through the cornea, the aqueous humor, the pupil, and the iris, it is now at the lens.
Lens focuses the light as it changes its shape.
The focused light is bathed in vitreous and surrounding the vitreous is retina.
The light finally shines onto the retina and the photoreceptors at retina, which are rods and cones.
Rods are retinal receptors which detect black, white, and gray. They are concentrated at the outer edge of the retina and used for peripheral and twilight vision when cones don't respond.
And then there are cones, which are also retinal receptors that function in daylight, bright conditions, and help detect fine details and give rise to color sensation.
Did you guys also know that there is the blind spot? It's where the optic nerve leaves the eye and there are no receptor cells.
Everyone is an expert at vision. Lastly, signals are sent from the photoreceptors along nerve fibers to the optic nerve.
The optic nerve then sends signals that go to the visual center in the back of the brain.
Wow, I'm impressed at you guys. Good job today. We should head back to the class.
Wait, Miss Frizzle, I heard that wavelengths are really important to vision.
Well, Arnold, wavelengths are the distance from the peak of one light or sound wave to the peak of the next.
Come on, we all know that short wavelength means high frequency, such as bluish colors and high pitched sounds. On the other hand, long wavelength means low frequency, and examples would be reddish colors and low pitched sounds.
Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip with a friend. No way! Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see it.
Finally, we're back.
That was a nice trip.
I'm glad that you guys enjoyed.
Wait, I don't get how does my eye detect things? I mean, like, how do I see Ralph's face right now?
That's a good question. Well, there's this process called parallel processing. After catching the scene, the retinal processing begins.
Oh, receptor rods and cones detect black, white, and gray and give rise to color sensations. Then to the bipolar cells and ganglion cells.
You are correct!
And then?
Then, feature detection comes into action. In the brain, there are nerve cells called feature detectors which respond to specific features of the stimulus such as shape, angle, or movement.
After feature detection, parallel processing takes place, which is processing many aspects of a problem at once. Parallel processing is a brain's natural mode of information processing for many functions, and for vision, it helps analyzing a visual scene. In it, brain cell teams process combine information about motion, form, depth, color. Any questions?
Wow, it is so cool how the light enters the human eye through cornea, travels all the way to the optic nerve and eventually to the brain.
Oh, the class is about to start. Let's get into our classroom before we are late.
Glaucoma. It is when increased pressure of the fluid inside the eye causes optic nerve to damage. Glaucoma is a common cause of blindness, particularly in diabetic patients. Macular degeneration, often called as age-related macular degeneration, shortened as AMD, is an eye disorder associated with aging. It results in damaging sharp and central vision. Nearsightedness. It is also called as myopia. It is when things in distance look blurred. It is likely that you'll have it if one of your parents have it. You can solve it by wearing glasses. It is caused by long eyeball or abnormally shaped cornea or lens. Light rays focus just in front of the retina, not on it. Diabetic retinopathy, caused by type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Tiny blood vessels in the retina is damaged. Increased blood sugar damages the blood vessels, making them swell or rupture. There are different parts of retina with different functions. Retina's blood vessels. They bring nutrition to the retina's nerve cells. Macula. This is the center of retina. The center of macula is the fovea. It is the focal point of the eye. Cells have more specialized light-sensitive nerve endings called photoreceptors. Retinal pigment epithelium. It is under the photoreceptors. These cells absorb excess light, allowing photoreceptors to give clear signals. They also transfer nutrition to choroid from the photoreceptors. Choroid. It is the layer of the retina made up of blood vessels supplying nutrition to retina and retinal pigment epithelium. Sclera. Tough white wall connecting to the cornea, protecting the internal structures.